Did you know that you can easily defeat Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree Bayle the Dread boss without even taking a single hit? That's right, if taking out this gargantuan dragon the old-fashioned way doesn't pique your interest, well, you're in luck. Just like my recent video where we took out the DLC's final boss, Consort Radahn, without taking a single hit, in this strat for Bayle he won't even know what's happening to him before it's too late. In order to do this no hit, no damage and a little bit cheesy strat, you will need the following items and gear. A weapon with the assassin's Gambit Ash of War applied to it, and this can be any dagger, straight sword, katana, twin blade or thrusting sword, as long as the weapon allows skill replacement, any staff, the unseen form knight sorcery, and most importantly, a seal and the poison mist incantation. First, I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to perform this strat, and once that's done, I'll show you how and where to obtain all of the items that you will need in order to do it. So let's dive straight in. First, you are going to want to equip your staff, seal, and the weapon with the Assassin's Gambit Ash of War on. Then, from the Memorize Spell section at the Site of Grace menu, equip the Unseen Form Sorcery and Poison Mist incantation. Then, in your item belt, equip the maximum number of Flask of Cerulean Tears, as you will definitely need them. Next, just before you enter the Fog Gate, you will need to cast the Unseen Form Knight Sorcery with your staff, then switch to your weapon and activate the Assassin's Gambit Ash of War skill. Now enter the Fog Gate and immediately crouch. Next, you'll want to follow the right-hand wall, hugging it as close as possible. Keep doing this, and then every 20 seconds or so, recast both Unseen Form and Assassin's Gambit, until you are positioned behind Bayle. For me, I had to reapply them both 2 times between entering the Fog Gate and reaching the rear of Bayle, but if you're being more cautious than I was, you may need to reapply it more. Once you are positioned behind Bayle, crouch walk towards his tail, getting as close as you can, but make sure you don't actually touch him, as this will aggro him and end the run. Once you're in position, cast Poison Mist and wait for it to run its course before reapplying it, as recasting before it does run out will not increase its effects and it will just waste your FP. After the first 2 casts of Poison Mist, you will now need to start casting it twice for the poison to proc. Rinse and repeat this until all of Bayle's health has been drained. In total, it took me 13 sets of Poison Mist, casting it a grand total of 25 times. So again, make sure you have plenty of Flasks of Cerulean Tears to keep that FP topped up. In total, from start to finish, this strat took me 25 minutes from casting my first Unseen Form before the Fog Gate to the point where Legendfeld appears on the screen. So while this isn't by any means a quick strat, it is a safe no hit no damage strat, and for anyone struggling to take Bayle on normally, it's a dead cert. And that's it! You have now defeated Bayle the Dread without taking a single hit, any damage, or really fighting him at all. So now that you know how to do the strat, next I will go over how to obtain all of the items needed to undertake this sneaky boss cheese. But before we move on, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss out on even more Elden Ring content. Poison Mist. The main item you will need for this strat is the Poison Mist incantation, and when cast this will release a cloud of poison mist in front of you, dealing 20 poison buildup per tick to any enemies that are caught within the cloud. What makes it so useful for this strat is the fact that Poison Mist does not alert enemies to your presence, so providing you can be stealthy enough, you can poison an enemy without aggroing them. To utilise Poison Mist, you will need to have 12 levels in Faith, and per use it requires 18 FP. To obtain Poison Mist, you will need to head over to the Weeping Peninsula. It is dropped by a teardrop scarab located in the forest area southeast of the Castle Morn Rampart Site of Grace, located here on the map. When you kill the teardrop scarab, it will drop the Poison Mist incantation, but if for some reason you don't manage to kill it quick enough and it just vanishes, fear not, it will have reappeared close to its original location. Failing that, just rest at the Site of Grace and try again. Once you've acquired it, all you need to do is equip the incantation by resting at any Site of Grace and selecting the Memorize Spell option. And then, from the next screen, pick an empty slot and select the Poison Mist incantation. Unseen Form Sorcery. The first item that you will need is the Unseen Form Knight Sorcery, and when cast, this will make both your character and Torrent partially invisible, allowing you to move undetected. However, enemies can still hear your footsteps, so if you get too close, they will notice you and attack you. To use it requires 16 levels in intelligence, it costs 20 FP per use, and it will last for 30 seconds. The Unseen Form Sorcery can be found in the base game in Altus Plateau, at the top of the Mirage Rise Tower after completing the Mirage Rise puzzle, located here on the map. To access the tower and complete the puzzle, you will need to interact with 3 Phantom Crests. Luckily, the game gives you this map to help find them. The first Phantom Crest is located next to the imp statue that gave you the Mirage Rise riddle, so it's a nice easy one to do first. The second Phantom Crest can be found by heading west-southwest, near the rock wall. Just be careful of the imp enemy that spawns in when you get close. The third and final Phantom Crest is a little trickier to find, as it's pretending to be a rock. To find it, head to the Bower of Bounty Site of Grace, located here on the map. When you arrive at the bonfire, an imp will spawn in. Then head east along the cliffside. On your left-hand side, you will see a rock that upon closer inspection has a blue glow underneath it. All you need to do is hit the rock and the illusion will break, and you will see the blue crest which you can then interact with like the other two. Once all 3 have been done, head back to where you were given the Mirage Rise riddle, and there will now be a tower next to it. Head up the tower, and at the very top you will find a chest containing the Unseen Form and Unseen Blade sorceries. Assassin's Gambit Ash of War. The next item you will need is the Assassin's Gambit Ash of War, and this skill will mask the user's presence at the cost of a self-inflicted wound, and grants near invisibility and silences your footsteps, even when sprinting, so long as you remain out of the enemy's line of sight. It costs 5 FP and 35 HP to activate, and will last for 30 seconds. It can be purchased from Knight Bernal in Volcano Manor for 6,500 runes, but bear in mind you will need to have completed the first contract of Volcano Manor in order to have access to Knight Bernal's shop. Once you have the Assassin's Gambit Ash of War, you can apply it to your weapon using the whetstone at any site of grace, or via Smithing Master Hugh at the Round Table Hold. And for now, that's it! You now have all the information and gear to stealth the life out of Bayle the Dread without him even noticing. Let me know in the comment section below how you got on with this strat, or if you know of any quicker and easier or just plain better ways to take down this boss. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Elden Ring content.